Hello, my dear first grade students. I'm Mr. Ahmed Magdy, math teacher. Our lessons today are the first three lessons of the fifth unit of the fifth grade curriculum for the academic year 2024-2025. This unit contains 13 lessons and talks about multiplication and division with decimals. Today, we will talk about multiplication of decimal fractions and decimal numbers, and how to use powers of 10 in multiplication, how to multiply an integer by a decimal, and how to multiply tenths by tenths. So let's go. The first part of our lesson today is about multiplying using powers of 10. What is the meaning of powers of 10? Powers of 10 means we are talking about 10 or 100 or 1000 or 10,000 and so on. So I have 1 and so many zeros next to 1. Okay, so if I want to multiply a decimal number or just a whole number by these numbers, what can I do? If I want to multiply by 10 or 100 or 1000, I will move the decimal point one place or two places or three places to the right. But how? If I want to multiply by 10, I will move the decimal point one place. If I want to multiply by 100, I will move the decimal point two places. And if I want to multiply by 1000, I will move the decimal point three places, and all of them to the right. But if I wanted to multiply by a decimal fraction like this, like 1/10 or 100th or 1000th, I will move the decimal point to the left. So if I want to multiply by 1/10, I will move the decimal point one place. If I want to multiply by 100th, I will move the decimal point two places. If I wanted to multiply by 1000th, I will move the decimal point three places. Okay, and all of them to the left. So if I want to multiply by a whole number, I will move the decimal point to the right. And if I want to multiply by a fraction, I will move the decimal point to the left. Okay, so I have a note here about this topic. Sometimes we need to put one or more zeros on the right or on the left if I want to multiply two numbers without changing its value. So if I want an example if I want to solve an example like this, 3.7 by 100, I have here two zeros, so I will move the decimal point two moves. Okay, so I have here one digit. So if I want to move the decimal point, I need to put 10 to make the number right or to make the answer right. So I will move the decimal point two places. So the result will be 370. Okay, so if I want to multiply the same number by 1000, what can I do? I will add two zeros and the result will be the same. Okay, but if I want to move the decimal point, I will cross over 7 and 0 and 0, so the result will be 3700, like this. Okay, and if I want to multiply by a decimal fraction like this, so I want to put zeros like here. Okay, so I want to move the decimal point three places because I have here three digits. Okay, so I want to move the decimal point to the left. So 1, 2, 3. So the point will be like here. So the result will be 0.0163. Okay, So putting zeros like this does not change the number, but it helps me to get the correct answer. Okay? My second note about this topic is like this. In the whole numbers, I will consider the decimal point at the right of one's place. Like, if I want to multiply two numbers like this, I have 450 multiplied by 0.01 or 100th. So where is the decimal point that I want to move? I don't know. So I will put the decimal point here after or at the right of one's digit. And after that, I will move the decimal point two moves. So the decimal point will be between 4 and 5. So the result will be 4.5. So let's try. If I want to multiply 75.42 by all of these numbers, what can I do? Here I have 1 0, so I will move to the right. So I will move one place. So the result or the decimal point will be between 4 and 2. So I have 7, I have 5, I have 4, I have 2, and the decimal point will be between 4 and 2. So the result will be 754.2. Here, I want to multiply by 100. So I have two digits or I have two zeros. So I will move two digits or two places to the right. So I have 7, I have 5, I have 4, I have 2. So where is the decimal point? 1, 2. And here, the decimal point will fall down. Okay, so the result will be 7,542. Okay, and the decimal point will not be important. Okay, next, I want to multiply by 1000. So I will move the decimal point 3 places to the right. Okay, but here I have two digits. So what can I do? I will put 1 0 here and the value will not be changed. Okay, so I will move the decimal point 3 places to the right. So I will cross 4, 2, and 0, and the decimal point will be here and 4 down. So the result will be 7, 5, 4, 2, and 0. So the result will be 75,420. So maybe I need to put zeros to help me to get the answer. Okay, so if I have an operation like this, I want to multiply by 1/10. Okay, so I will move the decimal point to the left and I will move one place because I have one digit. Okay, so I have 7, I have 5, I have 4, I have 2, and I will move the decimal point one place. So the decimal point will be between 7 and 5. So the result will be 7 and 542,000. Okay. Next, I want to multiply by 0.01 or 100th. So I want to move the decimal point to the left two places. Okay, so I have 1, 2, and the decimal point will be here. But where is that 1st place? So I will put a 0 here. So it will be 0.7542. Okay, next I want to multiply by 0.001 or 1000. So I will 1000th and I will move the decimal point 3 places to the left. But here I have two digits. So I will put some zeros to help me to get the answer. So I will put 1, 2 zeros. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 places, and the point will be here between two zeros here. So I will put the answer like this: 0.0754 and 2. Okay, let's try again. I have 39 by 10. Okay, this is simple. I will add 1 0 here, so it will be 390. Okay, here I have 39 by 100, so I will put 2 zeros next to 9, so it will be 3900. Okay, here 39 by 1000. So I have 3 zeros. So I will put 3 zeros next to 39. So it will be 39,000. Okay, but here I have 39 by 1/10. Okay, so the decimal point will be here next to 9 or at the right of 9. And I want to move the decimal point one place to the left. Okay, so the decimal point will be between 3 and 9. So it will be 3.9 or 3 and 9/10. Okay, next I want to multiply by 100th. Okay, so I will move the decimal point 2 places to the left. Okay, so the decimal point will be here, and I will move the decimal point 2 places to the left. 1, 2. But here I don't have ones digit, so I will put 1 0 here, and the decimal point will be like this. So I have the answer 0.39. Next, I want to multiply by 1000. Okay, so I will move the decimal point 2 places to the left. Okay, so I have the decimal point like here, and I don't have 3 digits, so I will put some zeros here to help me. So it will be like this: 1, 2, 3. So the decimal point will be between the 2 zeros here, so I have 0.039 or 39,000. Okay, let's try again. I have the first one here, I have 57.32 by 0.1 or 1/10. So I will move the decimal point to the left one place. So I have 5, I have 7, I have 3, I have 2, and the decimal point will move to the left, so the decimal point between 5 and 7. Next, I have 0.0823 by 1000. Okay, so I want to move the decimal point to the right 3 places. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. So the decimal point will be between 2 and 3. So I have 0. No, it will be 823 because the 2 zeros here will be cancelled. So I have 82.3. Okay, next I have 18 by 1000. 1000. Okay, so I will move the decimal point to the left 3 digits or 3 places, but I have 2 places here or 2 digits here. So what can I do? So I will put 2 zeros here to help me. Okay, so I have the decimal point like here, and after that I will move the decimal point 3 places like here, like that, and the result will be 0.018. Okay, next I have 0.524 by 10. Okay, so I want to move the decimal point to the right, so it will be 5, 2, 4, and the decimal point will be between 5 and 2, so I'll put the decimal point here. Okay, and the 0 will be cancelled. Next, I have 5.3 by 0.01, so I will move the decimal point to the left. Okay, but here I have 2 digits and here I have 1 digit, so I will put 2 zeros here to help me. So I have 2 digits or 2 places, so it will be 0.053. Okay, next I have 62 by 100. It's simple. I will add 2 zeros here, so it will be 62 and 2 zeros, so the result will be 6,200. Next, or the second part of our lesson today, is about multiplying decimals by a whole number. It's very simple. Forget the decimal point, multiply like it's very normal, and after that put the decimal point in its place. So if I have an example like this, I want to multiply 0.4 by 3. So what can I do? cancel the decimal digit or the decimal point. Okay, so it will be 4 by 3 equals 12. So it will be like this. And here I have one digit before the decimal point, so I will put the decimal point before one digit. So it will be like this, 1.2. Or maybe I will use the place value. So I have here 0.4 is 4/10, and 4/10 by 3 equals 12/10. And 12/10 means it will be 12 over 10. And 12 over 10 means it will be 1.2. So you have to ways and use the favorite way for you. Okay, so let's try to solve some examples. The first one here, I have 0.5 by 5. So forget the decimal point and multiply. So it will be 5 by 5 equals 25. Okay, but here I have one digit before the decimal point, so I will put the decimal point before one digit. So it will be like here, 2.5. Here I have 0.5 by 6. So I will forget the decimal point. So it will be 5 by 6 equals 30. So it will be like this. Okay. And I have one digit before the decimal point. So I will put the decimal point like here. Okay. So it will be 3.0, or maybe I can say it's 3. Okay. Next, I want to multiply 0.015 by 9. So it will be like this. I will multiply 15 by 9 and get the result. So I have 5 by 9 equals 45. So I put 5 and carry up 4. 9 by 1 equals 9 plus 4 equals 13. So it will be 135. So I will put 135. Here I have 3 digits before the decimal point. So I will count 1, 2, 3, and I will put the decimal point like here. But I don't have one digit, so I will put 1 0 here. So it will be 0.135 or 135,000. Okay. Next, I want to multiply for 4.15 or 4.15 multiply by or times 12. So let's multiply without the decimal point. 415 times 12. Okay. So 12 times 5 equals 60. So I will put 0 here and carry up 6. 12 times 1 equals 12. 12 plus 6 equals 18. So I will put 8 and carry up 1. 12 times 4 equals 48. And 48 plus 1 equals 49. So the result will be 4, 9, 8, and 0. Okay, but here I have 2 digits before the decimal point. So I will count 1, 2, and stop here. So I will put the decimal point here. So it will be 49.80. Or maybe I can delete 0 here. So it will be 49.8. Okay. So let's try again. I have 7.5 by 3. Okay. So I will multiply, and after that I will put the decimal point. 5 by 3 equals 15. So I will write 5 and carry up 1. 7 by 3 equals 21, and 21 plus 1 equals 22. So I will put 22 like this. And here I have one digit before the decimal point. So I will put here between 2 and 5. Okay, so the result will be 22.5. Next, I have 7.5 times 6. Okay, so I have 5 times 6 equals 30. So I will put 0 here and carry up 3. 6 times 7 equals 42, and 42 plus 3 equals 45. So I have 4 and 5. Here I have one digit. So here I have one digit. So it will be 45.0, or maybe it's 45 only. Okay. Next, I have 6.05 times 5. 5 times 5 equals 25. So I will write 5 here and carry up 2. 5 times 0 equals 0 plus 2 equals 2. And 6 times 5 equals 30, so I will put 30 here. Okay? The first number here, I have 2 digits before the decimal point. So I will count 1, 2, and I will put the decimal point here. So it will be 30.25. Next, I have 0.74 times 9. 4 times 9 equals 36. So I will write 6 and carry up 3. 9 times 7 equals 63, and plus 3 equals 66. So it will be like this. Okay? Next, I have 2 digits here. So I will put the decimal point after 2 digits. So I have 1, 2. So I put the decimal point here. So it's 6.66. 5.68 times 7. So I will multiply by 7 first. 8 by 7 equals 56. So I will write 6, carry up 5. 7 by 6 equals 42 plus 5 equals 47. So I will write 7 and carry up 4. 7 times 5 equals 35 plus 4 equals 39. So I will write 39. And here I have 2 digits before the decimal point, so I will write I will put the decimal point between 9 and 7. So it will be 39.76. 7.2 times 12. So I will multiply, and after that I will put the decimal point. So I have 7, 2, and I have 12. Okay, so 12 times 2 equals 24. So I will write 4 and carry up 2. 12 times 7 equals 84. 84 plus 2 equals 86. So I have 864. 864. And here I have 1 digit before the decimal point. So I will write the decimal point after 1 digit. So I have here 86.4. And this is the result. Okay. Next, I want to remember the expanded form of any number. Okay, so here I have 3,245.8, and I want to write it in the expanded form. So I have 3 times A plus 2 times B plus 4 times C plus 5 plus 8 times G. Here 3, it's in the thousandth place. So here it's 3,000. Okay, so it's 3 times 1,000. So I think A equals 1,000. Okay, next I have 200. 200. So it will be 2 times 100. So B will be 100. Okay. Next I have 4 times C, but here 4, it's in the 10th place. So it's 4 times 10. So C equals 10. And 5, it's in the 1st place. So I will write 5. And 8, it's in the 10th place. So it's 8 tenths, or 8 times 10th. 1/10. So I think D, it's 0.1 or 1/10. Okay. Next I have 30,604.07. So 3 times A plus 6 times b plus 4 plus c plus 7 times c. So 3 here is in the 10,000th place. So I think 3 is multiplied by 10,000. So it will be A equals 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, or 10,000. Okay? 6 here is in the hundredths place. So I think 6 is multiplied by 100. So B equals 100. And 4 in one's place, so I think it's 4. And 7 is in the hundredth place, so I think C is 100th. So I think it's 0.01. Okay? Next, I want to find the missing numbers. Okay? So, I have 25.6 multiplied by a number equals 2,560. So, I think the decimal point has been moved 2 places because it was here between 5 and 6 and moves 2 places to the right. So I have 2 zeros, and to the right means it's 100. So I think the missing number is 100. Let's remember, if I want to multiply by a number or a whole number in powers of 10, so the decimal point will be moved to the right. But if the decimal point has been moved to the left, I think it will multiply by a fraction or a decimal fraction. So here I have 0.12 multiplied by a number equals 120. So the decimal point was here, and I moved it 3 places to the right. So I have 3 zeros, and to the right means it's a whole number. So it's 1,000. Okay? So 0.12 times 1,000 equals 120. Okay? Next, I have 3.4 by a number equals 0.34. So the decimal point was here between 3 and 4. And now it was moved to the left. One place. So this means the number was multiplied by 1/10. So it's 0.1. Okay? Again, I have a number multiplied by 0.1 or 1/10 equals 1.7. So a number here have a decimal point, and the decimal point was moved to the left because we multiply by a decimal fraction. Okay, so it was moved like that to the left. So the decimal point was after 7. So I think the number here was 17. So let's try. The number has a decimal point after 7. And after that, we moved the decimal point 1 place to the left. So I think it's now 1.7. So the original number was 17. Here, I wanted to multiply by 1 over 100 to get 35. So the decimal point was moved to the left. So this means we canceled the two zeros? Yes, we had two zeros here. And when we multiplied by 1 over 100, we canceled the two zeros here. Okay? So I think it's now, or it was 3,500, because when we will put the decimal point here, the decimal point will be moved two places to the left. So I think it will be like here. So the result will be 35. So the original number was 35. Next, I have a number by 100 equals 2.4. So what was the original number? I think we moved the decimal point two places to the right. So it was like here. Okay, so I have 10 here, and we moved the decimal point to put it between 2 and 4. So the original number was 0, 2, 4, and the decimal point was here. Okay, so I think the number, or the original number, was 0.024 or 24,000. So if I want to make sure that my answer is right, let's try to multiply this number by 100 to get this answer. So when we multiply by 100, we move the decimal point two places. So it will be like that, 1, 2. So the decimal point will be between 2 and 4. So we have our result here. So the original number is like that. Okay. Next, I have 0.243 by a number equals 24.3. So I think we moved the decimal point to the right. Okay, so we moved the decimal point to two places. So I think it was 100, because we moved the decimal point to the right two places. Here I have a number by 0.1 equals 1.25. So I think we moved the decimal point to the left. So where was the decimal point in the first number? Okay, so we moved the decimal point one place to the left. So I think the decimal point was here between 2 and 5. So the original number, or the first number, was 12.5. So if I want to make sure that my answer is right, so when we multiply this number by 1/10, I think we will get that number. Okay. Next, if I want to solve the problems like that by multiplying decimals. So in the first example here, or the first problem, he said a box of mangoes weighs 9.5 kilograms. What is the amount of 100 boxes? 100 boxes. So we need to repeat 9.5 100 times, or maybe we can multiply 9.5 by 100. So I think the weight will be like that. I have 9.5, the weight of one box, by 100 boxes. So I will move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So I have 1, and I will add 1 0 here. So I have 2, so and the result will be 950 or 950 kilogram. Okay, next one. I have Ahmed runs a distance 1.25 kilometer per day in one day. Okay, so what is the distance that he runs in 100 days? 100 days means we will repeat 1.25 100 times. So the total distance will be like that. I will multiply 1.25 by 100. Okay, so the result will be, or we will move the decimal point 2 places to the left. Okay, so the result will be 125 and the decimal point will fall down. Okay, so the total distance will be 125 kilometers. Okay, the third part of our lesson today is how to multiply a tenth by a tenth. Okay, so if I have an example like this, I have 0.4 by 0.3 or 4 tenths by 3 tenths. Okay, so we will use the first way with us today, and we will continue in the next lessons by other ways. Okay, our way today is by the grades or by arrays. Okay, I have here a grade 100 squares or 10 by 10. Okay, so I will represent every number by itself. Okay, so I have 0.4, so I will represent it by 4 columns. Okay, so I have 4 blue columns here. And the second number here, I have 0.3, so I will represent it by 3 rows. I have 1, 2, 3, or 3 rows here. So the first number is 4 tenths. I represented it by 4 columns, and the second number here is 3 tenths. I represented it by 3 rows. Okay, so when we search about the intersection area between the columns and the rows, we will find that it is this area here. I have 4 by 3 or maybe 12 squares. 12 over 100. 12 over 100. So the result will be 12 over 100. So this means 12 over 100 equals 0.12 or 12 hundredths. So the result of our operation is 12 hundredths. Okay, so if I have an example like this, find each of the following using arrays. Okay, the first one here I have 0.1 by 0.1. How to represent it? Okay, let's try. I will represent the first number here 0.1 by 1 row like that. Okay, and the second one I will represent it by 1 column, or I will represent the first one by 1 row column and the second one by 1 row. Okay, so here I have 1 row and 1 column. So where is the intersection area? Where did they meet? I think it's here. I have 1 square, 1 of 100. So the result will be 1 over 100. And this means it's 0.01. Okay, let's try again. I have 0.5 by 0.2 or 5 tenths by 2 tenths. Okay, so the first one, we have 5 columns or 5 rows. So I think it doesn't matter if I wanted to represent the first number by rows or columns. So I think I will represent the first one here by rows, like that. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Next, I want to represent the second number. I have 2/10. So I think it will be 1, 2. Okay. So where is the intersection area? Look, it's here. Let's count the number of squares. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10. 10 of what? 10 of 100. So this means it's 10 hundredths, 10 hundredths, or maybe I can say it's 1/10. So I can cancel this 0, so it will be 1/10. So the multiplication result or the product is 0.1 or 1/10. Okay, let's try again. I have 0.6 by 0.7. So what can I do? I will represent the first number by columns. Okay, like that. Okay. So I have 6 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So, and the second number is like that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let's look at the intersection area. I have here is the result. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, so let's count the squares. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 repeated 7 times. I think it's a 42. 42 squares. Okay, so I think it's a 42 over 100. So 42 over 100 means it's 0.42 or 42 hundredths. So as a result of the multiplication operation, it's 0.42. Okay? And with this, we have finished our video today, in which we talked about multiplication of decimal fractions and decimal numbers, and how to use powers of 10 in multiplication, how to multiply an integer by a decimal number or a decimal fraction, and how to use how to multiply tenths by tenth. Okay, so I hope people understood our lesson today, and I hope that you solve many exercises on this lesson so that you can understand more. If you have any questions, send them in the comments. Don't forget to like and share the video with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. I will see you in a new video and a new lesson. I am Mr. Ahmed Magdy. Goodbye.